Woke up to a nice surprise of nice weather. I thought it was supposed to be rainy for the next little while, and looking at the forecast, it is going to be rainy for the next few days after this, but a little surprise of good sunny weather is nice to wake up to. Even though I woke up with a bit of a headache, I don't know what from because I didn't have anything to drink last night. Might just be that I need to drink more water. Hard to say, but I fought through it because it's such a nice day out, and me and the kitten backtracked from where we woke up in Steady Brook Falls back to Corner Brook, pretty close by, just to check out the town, find a place to hike around a little bit. And oh, it's a beautiful place, all built into the hillside on the slope down to the water. It's just awesome. Reminds me of something I would see in, I don't know, any other place but Canada. Don't expect to see such beautiful, unique sort of a town. But the downtown looked pretty dead for a Saturday or for a Sunday. I considered getting the guitar out and finding a spot to set up and seeing if that attracted people, but I didn't really feel like it today. I need to do some more busking. I haven't since Halifax, but today was more about getting the kitty cat out somewhere nice to walk around and then making some more miles down the road. So we went up to a lookout point that's dedicated to Captain James Cook, who I guess mapped out quite a bit of Newfoundland back in the day with just hand tools and from a ship. There were plaques with information talking about how all that got done, and some nice little walking trails. It was a good place to take the kitty cat out, and just a beautiful view too, looking out over the town. I stood up on top of the truck to get a better shot than what the one on the front of the truck will get. And yeah, it's a perfect day to have good weather to be able to see this. There was even somebody climbing up and down the cliff face. They had anchor bolts into the rock and ropes and harness, and someone was climbing down from up top when I came along. It's a pretty neat spot. We hung out there for a little bit and then back on the road down the hill. And I didn't really know how far I wanted to get today. Same as any other day, really, on this trip. I'm making it up as I go. But yeah, beautiful little town. I wish I stopped and played some music there, but there weren't too many people walking around the main core of the town, so I didn't bother. Got back on the highway, and with beautiful rolling green mountains around me, I set off back down the road. Yeah, I don't know what the headache was from, but it was bugging me all day. I don't know if maybe I'm smoking too much or not drinking enough water. Could have just been dehydration, really. With all these mountains around, I was tempted to find one with a trail up it and go up hiking, but I kind of learned my lesson about that back in Quebec when I hiked up Mont Saint Hilaire, completely not in shape for it. They look a lot smaller than they are when you're looking at them from a distance, but then when it comes to putting one foot in front of the other the entire way up, that's a task you have to be ready for. And I've proved to myself now that I'm not really ready for it. I'd have to really start taking care of myself good to be climbing mountains all the time on a whim. Not to mention, I like to take the kitty cat with me wherever I go now, and trying to get her to climb up a really big mountain wouldn't be very nice. So, actually, come to think of it, she could probably do it better than me now. No matter how long I take her out walking for, she doesn't seem to lose any energy. To be young, I guess. So, it was a beautiful day for a beautiful drive. As I got more out of western Newfoundland and into the central Newfoundland, it flattened out more, and there was lots of stretches where there weren't much for mountains, just a lot of forest. That's nice for driving through anyways. The mountains always keep coming back every now and then. But yeah, I didn't know what to expect on this trip at all, but every single turn that I take, it just gets better and better. Every now and then I do get a little bit homesick here and there. Like, it's been 2 months on the road now, and I'm enjoying myself, but at the same time, sometimes I wonder what I'm doing out here. I'm seeing the country, that's what I'm doing. But sometimes I think like I'm burning a lot of gas just to take in these sights and eventually turn around and go home. I guess I'm thinking about that sort of stuff more and more as I go, because I'm getting close to the point where I have to just turn around and start heading west again when I get to the very eastern tip over St. John's, Newfoundland. Once I get that far, it's just open ocean from there, and I'm gonna have to turn around and backtrack a bit, and then going through Labrador and northern Quebec it'll still be something new, but at the same time, I can't help but think I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with my life once I get home. Traveling was sort of an in-between phase of things, and I don't have to think about that stuff right now, but I can't quite help my brain from going sometimes to thinking about, like, what comes next. Because I have now a pretty good idea of everywhere that I'm going to be going from here on out for the rest of the trip. Early in the trip, when I wasn't sure even what was east of Ottawa or east of Montreal, I didn't have a very good idea of where I was going, so it was I was more able to just keep my thoughts open to what was going on. But anyways, I ended up stopping in a place called Falls-Windsor, which has a pretty nice bit of waterfall here that I checked out with the kitty cat. We found a little trail that goes down right to the water's edge, and only fly fishing is allowed here according to the signs, so I couldn't get my fishing rod out and try and catch something, but apparently there's a lot of salmon in this river, and it's famous for fly fishing. And then we got parked, and as I'm working on the video, I realized the sun was setting and I had a perfect view of it. So I just sat and enjoyed that for a bit, and words can't explain it. It just takes your breath away. I'm parked at the Canadian Tire in Grand Falls here, and it's up on a high plateau sort of a spot. And I wasn't even thinking about the view that I had. I had the windows closed, and then I wondered why so many vehicles were showing up in the parking lot around me, because the store is closed. And then I looked out and realized, oh, they're just here to watch this beautiful sunset. I might as well open my window up and enjoy it with them. So then I got the camera out so I could share it with all you good folks. It's sped up from 10 minutes down to 1 minute here. Got a little glitchy in the editing, so I'm gonna put up the whole thing in another video for yous. And I'll talk to you later.